Hello, students. Today we will discuss Bhartrhari's poem Is Poetry Always Worthy When Old? Bhartrhari says that the poem and the bowman's arrow are useless if they fail to pierce the heart of other people. The effect of a poem on the reader should be just like the effect of an arrow which pierces heart. Real success of a poem or an arrow lies in moving our senses by sticking in the heart. Let me give an introduction of the poet Bhartrhari. Bhartrhari lived in the later half of the 5th century. He was the king of Ujjaini in Malwa in central India. He belonged to the Parmar dynasty and was the elder of King Vikramaditya. He was a Sanskrit poet, philosopher, and grammarian. He wrote on good behavior, etiquette, and morality. He was a great scholar, poet, and a lover of poetry. He was a top grammarian, moralist, and lover of nature. He was very generous and kind to his subjects. He was a shining star of Indian culture. He was the exponent of moral principles. His works present ideals for human beings and will be a source of inspiration to the people for all time to come. He is popularly known to have been a king who renounced the worldly pleasures and went to the forest to live when he had discovered his queen Pingala's infidelity. Some lesser critics who cannot write a line or two of the poem do not feel discouraged in the least when they are ready to give a judgment on the difficult poems of other poets. Such critics try to appear wiser than they really are. They are eager for finding as many faults as they can. Bhartrhari calls such critics scoundrels. When they cannot comprehend a poem, they do not blame their lack of intelligence but find fault with it, just as an ugly girl puts the blame on her dress. Bhartrhari analyzes human life of 100 years. Man spends half of his life in sleep and again a quarter of it in taking rest, living his childhood and suffering from old age. For the remaining years of his life, he is ill or sheds tears of sorrow. He loses his loved ones and work for others. Thus, most of his 100 years are spent in futile things. He can hardly find joy in this short span of life. Bhartrhari concentrates on the love that exists between man and wife and the distress at the time of parting. The wife says that she does not know what to say to her husband when he is intent upon departing. Bhartrhari makes a research in the heart of wife and expresses her feelings at the time of her husband's departure. The wife feels much distressed when her husband is about to depart from her. She wonders what she should say to him at this critical situation. She uses 5 different options to say to her husband at the time of his departure. Now, the aim of the poet here is to touch the heart of the reader. So, that is the beautiful, sensitive poem by Bhartrhari. Now, the stanza which represents the picture of the intimate relationship between husband and wife. Bhartrhari presents the feelings of the wife at the time of her husband's departure. The wife is distressed at the probability of her husband parting. A wife can tell her husband not to go, but that appears inauspicious. If she says, "All right, go," that shows lack of love on her part. If she says, "Don't go, stay with me," that is something imperative on her part. Again, the expression, "do as you wish," suggests cold indifference, as if she does not care for him. Another option for her to say is, "I will die when you are gone," but it is quite probable he may not believe her. Ultimately, she asks her husband to teach her what she should say when he is departing from her. So, here the wife seeks the advice of the husband. She asks, "What should I say?" So, this is a small poem by Bhartrhari.